Hello, folks. Welcome back to the Chaos versus NaVi series. Second game ready to go in the draft here, folks. That's right, Chaos. One game up, playing, try and continue through. This is the lower bracket. Vici needs an opponent, and the Oracle has been banned this time.
Wow, this first time today. We've seen him in 3 out of 4 games so far, and the Oracle has been dominating. The hero is just, I would say, too good not to have him. If you don't want to have him, just ban him out.
Thus they do. The Chen's still getting a lot of priority in bans as well. And the Shaman is going to come out from NaVi, though. Decent pick. Does give you a lot of push. And we have seen the lockdown be pretty effective in this game.
Yeah, the game that they won yesterday against EG, Shadow Shaman played extremely well. He was one of the reasons why they actually won that game. It just shows that the Shadow Shaman is still one of the best position 4s in the game right now and can pretty much carry the game solo. Rubik as a response to Shadow Shaman.
And there's the Razor again. Not really too much of a surprise. We did assert a lot of dominance in that last game. You want to go with your second pick for NaVi right now. I mean, you got decent push from the Shaman. It wouldn't be bad to have a little bit of consistency outside that ultimate when it comes to pushing buildings as well.
Well, there's always Bane. If you want to pick it up, works really amazing with Shadow Shaman.
They get themselves some control pretty early in the draft. The Brewmaster coming out. Is probably targeted at just keeping the Razor out the fight, considering how much of a nuisance he was last game. But then again, they had a Brewmaster last game, and he was shut out pretty hard by the Beastmaster.
Yeah, Brewmaster just didn't have good early game with 2 rotations. They kind of shut him down completely. Beastmaster was always an item, sometimes an item and a half ahead of him, and at one point, it felt like NaVi couldn't even play the previous game, how good Chaos actually played it. They didn't let them actually play Dota.
The execution was quite clean, in fact, pretty on point. So, do you actually kind of go for the same? Do you bring out the Beastmaster again against what you're seeing so far? Do you think it's the right time for Chaos to snatch that up if it doesn't get banned?
CK?
The Beastmaster.
Oh, Beastmaster. I don't know why I heard CK. Well, they should be worried about Beastmaster. Pango is gone. Enigma is gone. These are all classic Tavos heroes, so pretty heavily targeted. I wouldn't be surprised if they just straight ban him out. Also, it's gonna be a great Ruby game. You're playing against Shadow Shaman, so it doesn't matter what you steal. With Arcane Supremacy, Hex lasts longer. So does his Shackles, and the Brewmaster ulti is pretty easy to steal once the split is done.
I mean, even the Eva Shock, right? It's a heavy nuke with that buffed up damage.
Yeah, so you basically just clear the whole creep wave with 2 spells.
The Rubik Dream. I mean, let's face facts, right? If you're thinking about picking a Rubik, you want to know, is there a farming tool in the other team more than anything else? What's the best spell you can get for that? What is your dream if you're a Rubik and you want to farm and spell?
Shukuchi.
Oh, yeah, 2 in 1. Because you get your escape as well.
Yeah, that's the best spell I think you can steal in the game because you can split push. If your team is not having a good time, you can cut the waves. They can't catch you. And I've seen Rubiks with stolen Shikuchis just straight out winning the games.
Unlikely NaVi will pick up a Weaver here, though. I mean,
let's make it easy for Chaos.
It's like, oh, the Rubik pick is already good. Let's make it even better, folks. What else do they want? Let's give them an Enigma to... wait, they banned the Enigma out. They wouldn't be able to get that. Likely Chaos in this phase pick up the offlaner and probably the other support, as they do have the 10th pick here.
Disruptor.
Good pickup.
Especially against that Brewmaster.
Yeah, Vici Gaming loves to play Disruptor, and it's great just for locking him down. It's their cash potential.
Definitely a lot of lightning focus coming out from Chaos's lineup. I think they'll cut it there. I'm not sure there's any other lightning heroes.
If they pick Zeus and build five Maelstroms, the game just ends.
You get Storm as well, right? There you go.
And
Zeus off lane, Storm mid, Razor safe lane. Yeah, they can make that work.
Yeah, and there's the Bane I was talking about that makes a lot of synergy between Shadow Shaman, status resistance. Imagine having Rubik, Bane, and Shadow Shaman on the same team.
I'm pretty sure we had a discussion about this yesterday, and yet here we are today with the Rubik on the other side, looking at the Bane and going, if I take your Enfeeble, and then I take either Shackles or Fiend's Grip, someone
Max
is
Arcane
very
Supremacy,
unhappy.
yep.
100% uptime, actually, on the Shackles at that stage. So Batrider was the second ban for NaVi in that second phase. Understandable.
Yeah, all these heroes really vulnerable against Batrider, so no surprise there.
Especially for the Bane, like it's critical that you secure the opportunity to do this Fiend scripts because he's going to want to be far off on the side of the fights, and that's kind of where heroes like Batrider thrive. He's just looking for that independent pick off away from the clustered group, or even if you are with the group, dragging you away from them. I feel like we don't really see too much Elder Titan to counter these Bane picks at the moment. It used to feel like a pretty decent hero, right? Because you can long range interrupt the Fiend's grips.
There are some teams who prioritize Elder Titan as a top tier pick. I still find Shadow Shaman, Elder Titan as an extremely strong opener because you can go into late game. You're strong at early stages, and they scale really well into the late game.
We have to be careful not to talk about those things too much. Fogged might hear us and divert his plane to come listen in. Definitely the first guy to really hop on the bandwagon after the slight buffs recently they gave to ET, which I think they reverted slightly anyway. It was the astral damage, right? They decreased it by 5, I think, per creep.
Yeah, the level 1 is not that strong anymore. Everyone was getting 2 points. Sometimes I saw them even maxing Spirit out if they were having a really good laning stage for maximum damage output on top of... If you let's say get a First Blood, you get phase boots after it, and it's so good to have phase boots on this hero, even though you need to pop phase boots before you throw Astral, so you get extra movement speed on the Spirit.
Faceless Void.
Hello. Big ultimate combos coming out. Chaos now having the Disruptor and the Faceless Void. This is looking pretty spicy, actually. Do you then... If you're Chaos, your final pick, are you thinking something else that kind of combos with the Void here? If so, what?
This doesn't say it's Faceless Void safe lane, nor off lane. It's just a good team fighting tool. They have a lot of stuff to throw into Chrono.
Gonna see if NaVi gives them anything they can throw in there additionally with steals from Rubik. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good burst for the Void. That can deal with him.
Good burst. It's also Yule Scepter builder, so even if he's in Chrono, if Lina doesn't get caught in Chronosphere, can easily use Yule's just to keep Faceless Void in the air, not dealing any damage.
True for a lot of these heroes as well, right? You got the Lina, you got the Bane, you got the Shadow Shaman. Catching this Bane is going to be crucial. Even when you have a BKB, the Fiend's Grip is still a threat. The easiest game to play Void, but imagine Chaos have an idea of something else they want to add in for potency here. Maybe they're just trying to drag Navi's attention across 3 different cores that have high priority.
They're going to decide what Faceless Void role is going to be, since they have last pick.
Okay, Tideband coming up. That's a lot of damage. Well, I said the Lina was offering burst. NaVi seemed to be very heavily in on the burst logic. Guess the question is, if you don't kill them with that initial jump in, do Chaos just run you over?
Hard to guess in which direction Chaos wants to go. They have enough damage in Chrono. I think they lack a little bit of magical damage. And here's why I can't actually believe this hero survived. You're playing against Brewmaster, Phantom Assassin. Oh my god.
Is this the moment Seneko just kind of looks up from his keyboard at the screen and goes, wait, did we ban that? Oh no.
I can't believe Viper actually survived.
It's going to cause so many issues as well. Like you said, the Brewmaster, but especially the Phantom Assassin. And I mean, the Razor's going to apply a tempo to this game that you have to match. The Viper is just going to accelerate the point at which they are fighting into you fiercely. How does Na'Vi create the space for this PA to actually get the items she'll need to survive?
It's going to be tough. I mean, she's not going to have a tough lane, though. Because it's Faceless Void plus either Rubik or Disruptor. Should be okay lane for Phantom Assassin, but the problem is once they group up and start taking towers, then it's going to be a huge issue. I really can't believe that Viper survived.
Me neither. Something that we've seen a lot of teams prioritize. We've seen it get recent nerfs because of how potent it can be. And you've basically drafted two heroes that benefit a lot from passives. And the Viper's just there. This is going to be a hard one. Do you look to try and go for early ganks onto we in that mid lane to try and make sure the Viper doesn't become a concern?
They could. They have a really good setup with Bane and Shadow Shaman, but the Viper not the easiest target to kill. He doesn't max out his third spell. Most of the time you see him just getting points in Nether Toxin so he can fall back to jungle and farm, but he the 2 points in poison attack and play aggressive depending how the game goes.
Restart with that crown as well. This man knows what he wants first. We already queuing up that Atos to inflict maximum damage on Na'Vi's lineup. And as you said, when you go for that build around the use of your Nether Toxin, you farm so fast. How do they want to start these lanes? Looks like it's probably going to be a 2-1-2 setup. Like maybe Chaos tries to run a try-start to get a pick-off. First blood drawn, maybe? Although, have you got the best
They're
heroes?
looking around the top area of the map to see if Na'Vi wants to do some fancy stuff again. They don't have Enigma time. Sonika was trying to do, block some camps, and gave away first blood.
I sense a connection.
I'm not going to play too boldly this time. I don't know if you have the best kill potential if you try to try lane start as Chaos anyway, right? You've got a Disruptor and a Rubik. These are kind of poke and prod and more defensive type supports. I'll poke and prod a little bit of Chuk, just trying to force him back, make sure they get the runes. Looks like no one's going to try anything too fancy. Maybe Blizzy does. Needs to be careful though, because Static Link has attached. They're going to start to run him down. A lot of damage done, forcing him to use the Drunken Brawler pretty early. Not the biggest cooldown though.
It's only going to be one tango spent for all this harassment. You see, oh, full Static Link, but nothing happens because it's only level 1.
Yep, and Razor, of course, not the fastest hero at this stage of the game. 289 movement speed. Basically an old man with Zimmer frame. Oh, look at how this is going to match up. Looks like the wave should push towards we here, and so far Magical only getting 2 of the CS.
We starting items, Crown and Iron Branch, so 5 all stats.
He knows what he wants. It's a nice early timing on the Atos, so you can just begin the murder spree. You on top, you are going to see Tarvo facing up against Crystallize here with a Void PA matchup. This is... I don't know if there's going to be much action here, right? Because on the one hand, you've got Bane that sustains really well, but then you're talking about Fey Bolt Rubik, which reduces your ability to attack. So would it be... I was going to say, would it be fair to say bot lane is the most aggressive one?
Yeah, I think top is just going to trade farm. Let's see what V's maxing out. So far, only 1 point in poison attack and Nether Toxin. No surprise there, because he's level 2 only. I still feel like he needs to get a raid band, maybe even 2.
The Wraith ban, guys, not a raid ban. We don't have any Nixes or Weavers in this game. He looking. There's a slight lead for Magical, but nothing too substantial yet. You have to be concerned when it's a one full level advantage in this mid matchup. That's when you've got to question what you're doing in the lane.
He needs to bring more region on the mid lane. Has only one pair tango with 2 crowns of HP. This looks so good. Plus 10 all stats. Oh my god, it's like he bought full ultimate orb.
Okay, so Crown's the new mini ultimate orb. That's how we're feeling. We said he was prioritizing the ATOS. He's committing to it. He doesn't even care about boots so far. Then again, I guess you don't really need boots if they can't move.
Most of the Vipers don't care about boots. And he's... it's Radiant Viper, so he's gonna actually kill this side camp as well.
It's actually an incredibly chill laning phase. I think we've maybe only once had a scenario where you're 3 minutes in and it feels like no one's life has really been friend. Then again, it's not easy to do. You know, you can talk about HFN and what he can do. Well, speaking of that man himself, actually being jumped onto with the shackles, slowing him down with the clap, a lot of damage being done. King has got the mangoes. He eats one, but doesn't have to use it in the end.
They're running low on region on bottom lane. 2 tangos left. King RD does not have anything.
I was going to say, mid lane is skirting the edge of the abyss as well, actually. There's a lot of regen on Lina, but we, being so greedy, needs to actually ferry out some more right now, which you can see, actually, there's a lot of regen stacked on that Corsair.
Yeah, I think he could have gone for 2 points in Corrosive Skin. Instead, he would harass more, and he can farm jungle more efficiently with it. He does not have enough mana to actually use... That's the first blood.
The questionable one,
Yeah, I was saying having 2 points in poison attack and not using it. 35 mana per cast, using it twice. You could use Nether Toxin instead of it, which gives you more value.
Mistakes being made there, pays the price. But he's committed now. Level 4, almost level 5, 2-2-0. And he'll put the third one into the Nether Toxin, but now it's just a matter of how fast he can get his hands on the ATOS because he has to justify this build.
Oh yeah, he needs to be careful about this camp. He needs to drag them out of Nether Toxin because they're not gonna split. You break their passive.
True. And by breaking their passive, you also help Magical farm them down with the Dragon Slave. All in all, Lina looking pretty hot so far on this lane. Dominating the CS chart. Already has level 6, and immediately you see we just move away from the lane, knowing that if he shows his face, he'll get a Laguna to it.
Double damage plus Laguna. He needs to fall back to the jungle. Like, this is what bothers me. What's the point of having poison attack right now? Like, you would farm jungle faster. You wouldn't die there because of all the harassment coming out from Corrosive Skin.
A lot of harassment in the bot lane in the meantime. HFN goes down, and King might join him here. The body blocks are decent. He'd get another hit out, the salve, but it won't keep him alive. The Ether Shot gets the kill, and Chu suddenly has a lot of money to work with. In fact, he's going to be very, very close to having those arcane boots at a very good time. Meanwhile, look who went hunting in the jungle with that DD you were talking about, Magical. He got fed up of waiting for someone to come to the lane, so he went to them instead.
Yep, and 2k gold lead for NaVi. They picked up 3 bounty runes. They grabbed 3 kills in less than a minute, and they're continuing to play aggressive. This double damage, Lina is not stopping. There's still Laguna Blade up and running. That's a secured kill on Razor for sure. He just TP'd back to a lane.
Now he's got a long walk ahead of him. Meanwhile, while that was happening, there was an attempt in top. Chaos trying to find something, at least a kill in the Bane, not even able to do so, and they're just being denied at every corner so far. We're gonna let up. I mean, you look at the lineup that Navi's running, we know Lina can apply the pressure, especially with another rune of haste this time bottled up. The Brewmaster's gonna get vicious once he gets 6. And that's all just space for this Phantom Assassin, right?
Yeah. Well, Faceless Void is farming top, same as Phantom Assassin, but the problem is Phantom Assassin does way more than Faceless Void.
Exactly, especially if this Void ends up going for that kind of more typical offlane build where it's not as much about the damage as it is about the control. Well, you have to wonder how they're going to play it when you're talking about avoiding the off lane and a Razor in the save. Do you actually give the Razor this focus on tanking up or this focus on damage? I mean, that's the beauty of the hero, right? You just get damage through static links anyway. Top. There's problems. They've actually lost Rubik. Tavo moving forward on a snake. Looking for the kill. Can we slow down by the daggers? Tavo got a sidestep. Stick keeps him pretty damn healthy, but he can't find the Bane kill. Things are coming out now, but maybe a little bit too late. The Seneko will walk away.
Now, Lina on the mid lane has Laguna.
Oh no. We not like this.
Could be a kill.
Light Striker Ray does get flossed.
He's out of mana.
Comes out. No mana to work with the Fairy Fire trying to win the battle, but he might just get a no. Magical. Is he going to tick out to the corrosive skin? It looks like he's going to be fine. TP back to base. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, there's going to be a kill to disrupt. The vengeance must be had, though. Chu will die for it. And
V paying the price for the build that he went for. Instead of maxing out corrosive skin there, two poison attack, and nicely dodged. He went in, juked it. Lina, not enough mana to actually use ulti. Still got the kill. Level 9 against level 8 Viper. Still recovering.
And I mean, you got to be filling out this game at the moment. Your priority, right, has got to be just farm Datos. We need to finish it right now because there's no way you do anything without it. And look at this. They just like stick someone mid, get XP. Just don't try Magical's patience.
Completely different game than what we saw in the first one. Oh, Lina with Arcane Rune.
What are these runes? Every time.
She's being pinged out. They know.
They'll back up, or will they? They move for kick. Oh, shows his face and gets killed with the Laguna. The 5 strike's going to come out. Shackles locking on the spot. Chu says go. Just get the hell out of dodge. I'll stay here. I'll tank the return kill. In the end, we did pick it up as well, so they're going to inflate his gold a little bit, getting ever close to that Atos. There's still a substantial lead for Lina over the Viper, though. Top. And Nightmare up. They just saw the Time Walk used. They might try and go for the Void. They've got the big crits available to them. Can they get them, though? Tavo, turning around, look at the opportunity. Seneko going to get him pretty low. The sticks are coming out to keep him up and alive. But no, Tavo, he'll get away. The Time Walk just in time and now Crystallized, trying to escape. But HFN is in hot pursuit and does have the static link. Decides against using it.
Nicely done by Tavo. Saving that magic wand until the end. He had the chrono to work after this creep wave, but good thing that he went back because Lina just TP'd.
Meanwhile, on the bot lane, King casually dying here.
They swapped the roles. King RD used to play 4, now he's playing 5, and Misery back to 4. Like, I don't know, Misery's back to every single position because he played it multiple times.
This is a little bit of a musical chair, right? He can do anything that his team needs. Ironically, being the +5 can be a miserable experience, but he's not the one who experiences it anymore. That King... I mean, it was a bit weird. He actually went for the kinetic field pretty early, and he was way too slow to actually exploit the boundaries. Courtesy of that maxed out clap build you see on the Brewmaster. Runes coming up. There's going to be a sneak in from NaVi on both sides of the map to snatch 2 away. And HFM will try and punish Seneko, but the Nightmare's buying a lot of time. What is it buying time for, though? He doesn't have a TP, and he'll just try and waste a little bit of their time, but a death should be inevitable here. Unless the Black Dragons have something to say about it. Brain Sap to try and get the timing right, but HFN tanks all the aggression from the creeps. Gets himself an easy kill.
They lost the bottom tower, so that's pretty huge. Lost the tower without Shadow Shaman, even using Serpent Wards, and we saw yesterday that they're prioritizing Shadow Shaman's farm instead of their offlaners. He's getting so much out of it. Mana Boots already has Blink Dagger queued up, even though I'm a bigger fan of Ether Lens instead, because cast range is kind of budget Blink.
Sure.
It also gives you more mana regen, so you can farm the side lane. Smoke from Chaos. They want to use this Chronosphere. Yeah, they realizes that we should kill Phantom Assassin. Bane has grip.
Needs to get a grip. Maybe on his own life. They'll try and burst him down quick enough. It's going to be close, though. Void just about dies, though. Can't get the Chrono out in time, but they might pay a price. Seneko trying to distract them and slow down King from moving across, but they've already stolen the Fiend's grip and they're using it onto the Phantom Assassin. Punishments must be had. Seneko dragged back to his own death as well, so double kill for the Razor.
Good trade. If it was old Fiend's grip, which lasted 5 seconds, Tavo would get out, land a chrono, and he would not die. This is also going to result in them taking this tier 1 tower. Siege creep is here. Razor does not have any static link damage, but I think it's going to be more than enough unless they decide to TP Lina.
Oh, they are TPing in. They want to defend it. They saw Viper bot, and they know Void isn't hanging around anymore, and they're going to charge for Blizzy, going to lift it back, though, and stuns up Lina in the process. He's got the split and wants to use it. King does have the Static Storm. Are they going to look to turn around? They might. They drop it down. Blizzy in a little bit of trouble. Static Link is on him. They need to buy time for the Light Strike Array, but it's too late. Blizzy is dead. Magical.
Tribal.
Needs to get out.
Nothing.
Can he find it, though? Glimpse going to drag him back, and he's in a little bit of trouble. The Nightmare does come on and raise it. Can they fight against this? Light Strike Array is there. They need to bash the controller up, make sure the Laguna doesn't come out. She's trying for the kill with Misery.
man.
Just about staying alive there.
Dodgery, but Bane gets the deny on a tower, which is pretty huge. Road of Atos, Viper coming in. That's
Pepper
secured
Ice.
kill.
They do at least get someone out. Tavo with the double kill. And they needed to do something soon. You just look at the map right now. That is the first tower Chaos have taken, and they've already lost 3. They did at least deny their bottom tier 2. But this was kind of the do or die moment where you have to start pushing back, because NaVi, they've slowly been taking control of this map.
Yeah, Chaos needs to take tier 1 tower on mid. They know that they have no Fiend's Grip. It's actually going to be ready, so they should be careful because all ult is up and running for NaVi.
And I've got Light Strike around Misery, so a decent stun available. He did switch out that Fiend script, didn't want to hold on to it any longer. They play right now. I mean, you got your drums on Razor, who's had for a while. This has amplified their ability to chase. There is a Shadow Blade being queued up for Tavo. Has already got the Vlads. Mid lane, fight coming in. Atos going to be there. They actually dropped the Serpent Wars. Misery already going down. The split's going to come out, and we in trouble. Needs to escape fast, but can't. Going to get hexed up. There's the Laguna first, enough to just burn him down with the Eve Shock and the Dragon Slave. And now, Light Strike Array off the mark. King able to move away. Does have the Static Storm. Tavo moving across. Chrono's going to be there on the Shadow Shaman alone. The Static Link is still on the Seneko. Is going to drag up a lot of damage, but yours up in the air with the Cyclone. He can't do anything. In the meantime, Disrupt is going to go down. Still Nightmared up. They're cutting out Razor perfectly. Tavo trying to free him, but the Light Strike Array perfectly timed so that when he comes out, he's still controlled. And this was... They just played... They just completely played around HFN and ignored him.
Yeah, pretty chaotic fight. Not the greatest chrono from Faceless Void. He has this Vlad's build. But he's also going to transition into Damage Dealer, which I like. Getting a Shadow Blade and then grabbing BKB would be huge. He's going to go in. Annihilation on cooldown.
He's trying to get a bash. That's what it is, but he doesn't get the luck on his side. And Tavo does have the time walk away, but he cannot save HFN's life, rather. This is getting a little bit brutal. This isn't the tanky Razor we saw last game.
They're winning the Vision game right now. NaVi with like this huge line where they want to play, which scouts pretty much whenever Chaos is approaching, unless they're smoked.
Nicely played. So we have seen a lot more teams actually just do this, more or less a line of ward vision, right? I mean, you hear on it yesterday about, especially like the ward kind of in this area, because people like to just smoke just outside the base to try and be more efficient. And this does cover most of those areas. Bot lane, there's a Nightmare on the Rubik. He's been cornered as well. What is the escape plan? Good sir. Misery, if anyone can make it out, it's him. Goes for the Brain Sap Steal just to try and keep himself alive. He doesn't even have to use it. Well, Nightmare rather, actually. No, yeah, he took the Nightmare. Which worked out beautifully.
Shadow Shaman has enough money to buy his Blink. So they're going to probably try to defend this tier 1 tower on mid. It's being pinged out. Catapult poaching.
We'll be able to get a tier 1 tower in the mid. Probably the most important tower in the game. Just opens so much of that map up. I know Blitz especially likes to get overly excited about the importance of the tier 1 tower. It's a fair point as well.
It is the most important tower in the game.
I think I remember him saying, if you just want to easily win your pubs, keep your mid tier 1 alive for 25 minutes and see how different the game is.
Just play Treant.
Yes, that's
Where
what
is
he
that
was telling
hero?
me.
I was expecting this hero to
Really?
be... Yes. He received huge buff on his...
True. Living Armor, yeah. It was,
On his
was it 20 increase at level 1?
Almost double.
Pretty insane. I guess it's a little bit awkward, though. I think maybe if they give him like 5-10 movement speed buff.
Yeah, if they give him a lifesteal and bash and
Yeah, give him some crit passive as well. I mean, why not? Just throw it all in there. Uh-oh,
Shadow Shaman's gonna go in. He's gonna throw the
stun. Oh, Fiend's Grip out as well. They're trying to glimpse away. It's too late though. Wee's already down. And as you said, Shaman in the bot lane drops the Serpent Wards. Trying to force someone back. We'll get one hero to return, and that means that Talvo's left behind. Needs to move out. They got the split. They got the blink. Blizzy can go forth for this. Clap's gonna be there. Splits. Oh, interrupted. Nice Nightmare coming out from Misery just in time, and Talvo gonna keep running. He was gonna be there onto the Rubik though. He may pay the price. And no. Talvo, he hung around. There's going to be a lift. Misery, he gives his life to ensure Talvo can live. Beautifully done.
Not the best execution from Navi. They wanted that Faceless Void kill, but didn't lock down Rubik, so lift was ready. Shadow Shaman also took the tier 3 tower to half HP.
This is kind of the awkward nature of playing up against the Shaman, as he can just do that. If he sees the opportunity, he'll drop the wards. It's a slow but assured victory. And who really takes him out quick enough? You know, you're talking about this Void who, it's not like he's got Mask of Mass, it's not like he's got a lot of attack speed.
These wards, scouting them out, every single move, chaos.
Oh, glimpse back, Static Storm's there. They root him up to make sure he can't escape. Rune Master just trying to get outside, use that split. He won't get a chance.
That was Viper Strike with Arcane Rune, which means it's gonna be ready in 20 seconds. Phantom Assassin has Battle Fury finished, so she's gonna try to farm up with all the vision that they have. I think PA should be farming Radiant jungle and just join the fights.
Fair point. You're now in the game of buying time for NaVi because you got that Battle Fury. It's not a fight item. It's like, okay, we need to buy, what, 5-6 more minutes maybe, get your hands on a BKB at that stage. Problem is, Chaos are already in the pit. They want to apply even more pressure.
And they know Shadow Shaman does not have yet. There's no Fiend's Grip. They're keeping the track on it. Misery's been good with it. But there's a double damage on bottom route. No one's scouting it.
Huh? Still? Oh, no. Seneko, he gave it with the Fiend's Grip. Now Split coming out, trying to move in and disrupt this, but it's not low enough for them to try and snatch it away. Instead, HFN's going to get a lot of damage. They'll Cyclone him up in the air, but he's going to keep stacking that damage from the Static Link. Misery holding on the Fiend's Grip, wants an opportunity. Yule's coming out, actually holding the lead. Fiend's Grip's been thrown out, the pings are there, they're trying to disrupt it. They bring him back with the glimpse, but it's too late. Talvo already gone, HFN going to charge forward, forces them out. Blizzy, the split has ended now. He's going to try and tank up a stand against it, and on the side, the Fiend's Grip's turned around on the shoot. Is it enough though? We trying to run for the high hill, trying to get a kill as he retreats, but it's a triple kill for the leader, and they're not done just yet. They're going to find another on the side as Misery gives his life. It looks like NaVi have secured the Roche for themselves.
Yeah, they even have Shadow Shaman wards nicely trapped by Chu once again. The Disruptor ulti was not used, neither was Faceless Void. If you want to win a team fight, you need to click your spells, otherwise you can say goodbye to Roche. And this Lina is extremely farmed. She's on top of net worth, actually. Yule Scepter, full BKB, so she can get rid of the Disruptor. Glimpse, also ulti, and BKB is a really good item.
And that was the thing you said about the Chrono in that last fight. Harvo instantly just controlled and melted the moment he tried to time walk in. I think you're right. Like, that's a completely different fight if just the Chrono goes off, because you saw Misery waiting with the backup, the Fiend's Grip as well. There was never a clear target for him to engage on. Chaos. Ironically, Chaos are the ones that lose the fight. So now they need to rethink their strategy here, because there is now an Aegis on the side of NaVi, and they've put it on the playmaker, the person who wants to go and fight. That's right, they put it on the Lina.
Yeah, because PA will just continue to farm, and Lina is godlike right now, so that means that she's gonna feed a lot of gold. Better choice overall.
After that BKB, she's going for the Shadow Blade next as well.
Yeah.
Gonna get as aggressive as possible with Chaos. I guess that's one of the beautiful things about having the Lina in this kind of position, is she's not limited really by cooldowns. Unlike
look at Chu's positioning. He's hiding,
impressive.
he's pulling off Chappie, but he's actually playing the game. He did not give up.
I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see just yet. He's in XP range. Maybe he's not going to reveal. Of course, Void almost has upgraded from a Chappie to a sustainable and useful Shadow Blade.
That's where they're gonna make a move. But one thing I'm worried about is if Faceless Void uses a Chrono ticket that either has a buyback, grab a kill that it's not that important, and Navi realizes and they just push the base. That's how a lot of games end when there's a Faceless Void. Like, he is your team fight, so you can't just use it to get a pick off.
I can play into a kind of perfection element, right? Where if you're Tarva in this scenario, you're looking at, okay, I need to hit 2 free heroes with a Chrono for it to be worthwhile. And that can kind of make you reluctant to maybe actually throw out your big ultimates in these fights. There's kind of awkward variables at play when you actually take these kind of big team fight ultimates.
They don't necessarily need to fight because Age is still up and running for 2 minutes and 15 seconds. And there's a full BKB on Phantom Assassin. Misery is invis. Do they have a sentry? They have one sentry on Soneko.
They're just trying to set up to push on the towers. The tier 2 is exposed. NaVi want to take it. As you said, plenty of time left on the Aegis to do so. Meanwhile, there's going to be a push coming out from Chaos on the top lane. They are saying quite stacked, actually. They want to make sure there's no chance of a pickoff. I guess if you are Chaos in this scenario, you're just happy with that. Because you pushed out the top, they can't take that tier 1. And the rest of the Aegis timing, all you're really going to get out of this is probably going to be that tier 2. If even that.
Some damage is pushed on tier 3 tower on top. Catapult are forced to TP. They know Phantom Assassin is there, but the problem is they don't have vision on enemy heroes right now. They're moving, and now they're gonna spot them in the river. So if they want to chase, it's always good to have like vision in the lanes when you're playing Disruptor, so you have like a guaranteed glimpse. Man, Chew with that glimmer. Not glimmer, Shadow Amulet.
He's not gonna, like, let's be realistic here. He doesn't want to complete a glimmer.
Yeah, sometimes Shadow Amulet is much better than glimmer.
He's just waiting for anyone to come farm this wave. We do see a lot of Shamans play this way at the moment, where they just try and go for those solo kills with the Mass Serpent Wards. Not the worst maneuver you can make either. Usually quite successful move, in fact. NaVi, okay, they're sick of waiting around. They've got 30 seconds left on the Aegis. They want to try and quickly use it to secure this tier 1 tower, but Tarvo.
Chaos will take that.
They will indeed. Tarvo is waiting for an opportunity. Soneko getting clipped here, takes a lot of damage. Nightmare coming out onto Disruptor. They want to try and hit the Light Striker and they can. They want to get rid of the Laguna. Going to get pretty low. No, he can't get the Glimmer Cape out. The split's going to be there. Forces Tarvo away. Stunned up Misery. Going to retreat as well. Cyclone up onto the Void. Now Crystallize jumping. Oh my god, the damage Rubik. Just being melted so quickly. HFN turns around the static link, trying to take the damage wave here. The Chrono, no, it's fluffed completely.
Zero-man Chrono.
The feed script at all. It catches no one. As a revolt, the Viper's going to go down and HFN chasing forward, but taking way too much damage. Tarvo moving across as well. Soneko will fall, but HFN, he's running. Buyback comes out from the Viper, trying to help on the back line. The Shackles are there. They've locked me in, and now Tarvo needs to start bashing. We'll get one, but there's going to be an invis move coming out from Chew. He completed the Glimmer Cape. He'll retreat. They'll farm the wards, but that was not the fight that Chaos were looking for. Chew can't secure a kill to HFN. He has to give his life in the end.
I can't believe Tavo landed Zero-man Chrono. They still kind of won that fight. It was fight into ages. Lina?
She's going to just try and snatch the rune. No mana to work with, so can't go for the Laguna play. Does have enough gold to complete the Aghanim Scepter now, but I'm just speechless at that one as well. I mean, that Chrono, you saw how close it was to catching the Bane and catching the Lina. It just catches no one. we said
there
earlier.
it is, Snore.
He's like, yeah, guys, stop talking about my Chrono. Talk about the rest of the game. But it's a fair point. Like I was saying earlier, right? You're in this stage where you know how much you have to do with the Chrono. Is that what that was? Where he's like, okay, I have to catch both these heroes or it's not worth it.
Yeah, mom's spaghetti, man. That's one of those moments where knees, arms are heavy. Because you rely so much on Chrono to win a team fight. They forced him back because Viper bought back. This Viper is so underfarmed, I feel like. Not even 10,000 net worth lead. Lina is 5k gold ahead of him.
Just Lina. Yeah, as well. Look at the gold on Crystallize. He's got the Desolator now. He is ready to make supports just disappear. He is a magician at this point. He's the real magical person on the side of NaVi. Just just watch as in the blink of the eye, someone like Misery could simply cease to exist. They're moving in right now. That cross, Hex is going to come out on the Razor. Wait, Nightmare's going to be on Ruby. That's the Laguna as well. The Shack's holding in place. Razor going to go down. No, he's just about alive, but he should take out the end. He's staying alive. The Glimmer won't save his life. The Chrono completely wasted. The Fees group turn around. They get the kill on the void. The buyback comes out the Razor, but it may be too late. They're losing more heroes. The split's going to be there as well on Viper. Trying to retreat, but can't. HFN getting insanely low, trying to turn around for the kill on Seneko. The Yule's up in the air, comes down, but the BKB still running. They're trying to get him with the damage. Crystallize, needs vision, so he can throw out the dagger. Meanwhile, in the main fight, they've rooted up. They've actually split them. No, PA got baited in, has to return to the main fight right now, but Lina getting pretty low. The Bash is coming out. Tarbo looking for the kill. They're going to turn around, low on the Wii and get him. Stuns are there. Tarbo needs to run. Shadow Blade, but the dust reveals him. He's got the time up. We'll get up to the high ground. And NaVi, they have their main battle components left alive. They could try and push here. The problem is they drop the Serpent Wards outside the base. How much damage can they do?
They know Viper does not have a buyback. With that Tessa, they're going to push some damage. Laguna Blade is going to be ready soon, but she does not have much mana to work with.
Big issue. Laguna, big chunk of damage, big chunk of mana as well, though. Misery! Yeah, Insta-Glimmer Cape says, nope. Don't want any part of that. That's a 1.3k HP hero who almost disappeared to a single dagger. They're going to go for more. They're feeling pretty greedy. Jump in by Misery gives his life so they can actually put down the Connect build. But it's too late. That's just a, nope, that's a GG. He's like, what was the point in that?
Yeah, they realized this game is over. Good execution from NaVi. I think...
And by the way, what happened to Razor? He died to neutral.
I feel... I feel that this game could have been different if Viper didn't put two points in his queue, which kind of sounds weird, but he wouldn't lose the lane so much. He would farm the jungle, he wouldn't die, and his items would come online faster. I mean, you can also put it on a faceless void. There's a reason why this played as position 3, because as we saw, I think I mentioned it once, you land a chrono, nothing happens. If you don't win a team fight, other team just realizes in how bad of a situation you are and decide to just end the game.
Definitely felt like Viper was doing no Vipering, and Void, well, those chronos, it kind of fits, right? He's got no eyes. He couldn't perfectly see what was happening. Maybe going by echolocation, kind of off the mark, and it was the awkward line that they were skirting, right? Like, one small mistake in these fights for Chaos, I think you hit on it halfway through. Like, they have to execute perfectly, or NaVi realizes and just ends the game.
Yeah, and Magical played so good in this game. 16-1 in the end. He was all over the place. He stomped his lane, his movements to grab kills, shut down Viper, played in the laning stage and in the mid-game when he was trying to actually recover in the jungle. Rotations were on point, and the Jew again on Shadow Shaman. I don't think you want to give this guy Shadow Shaman.
No, it's definitely proved pretty threatening, and I mean, just as much like you said, Magical's lean up, played out of his mind, but it does come back to the difference being, if the Viper had built differently, how would that lane go? That's some sort of question for a different game, though. Maybe we go to the third game, maybe they try the Viper again, and we find out of a different skill build. But before we even get to that, we need a short break, and then we will come back with a deciding game between Chaos and NaVi. That's right, one game apiece. Either team could go through against Vici, and who knows how that one could go. I can't predict the future, but I can predict what's going to happen in a few seconds. It's called ads.
We're going to pause.